Hi, in this quick video, we're going to show you how you can use ZapInfo to work with Google Sheets to be able to update data, add data to different sheets and rows, different tabs, that kind of thing. So let's get to it. In this initial sheet I've just got a list of names of people. And all I have is their first name, their last name, and what company they were working with at that time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this data and I'm just going to copy the data. And then I'm going to go up to my Zap board and I'm going to say that I want to zap in the data and import the records. So we have this import capability that allows you to just either upload a CSV or you can just paste the data. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that data into this window, and you can paste thousands of records in there if you want to. And remember, the first row had our field names in it, so the data has a header row. And I'm going to click that I want to enrich these people after export, and I'm going to say this is my list, Doug list. So, and their contacts. Now you can do this for companies or jobs or whatever you want. And basically I'm just going to hit continue, and you're going to see what happens. It says, hey, did we get the fields right? And we did. So I'm going to hit import. And now what's happening is ZapInfo has brought these people in, and just like that, it's pretty much found everybody's email address. And then the enrichment process will go out and try to identify what their current titles are, if they have other social media accounts, and all of that kind of stuff. So again, a very powerful way for us to be able to very quickly enrich this list to make it actionable. Now, if you want to update this list, because this list might have been old, like a year old or something, you can actually tell Zap either by selecting individual records, or I can say select all of the records, and now go out and get their most recent profiles. So this will now visit everybody's LinkedIn profile and basically get their current information. So if somebody changed jobs or something else, this will automatically update that data for us. Now this process takes a little bit of time to run, and as you can see, we put a little bit of a time pause in between the profile lookups, and that'll just be very helpful for you to be able to manage this process, as well as it makes it undetectable more or less by LinkedIn, because it's more or less just like you had bookmarked a bunch of LinkedIn profiles and we're just going back to visit them. So it's a similar process to something like that, and then it's pulling the data and it's updating the full information inside of your Zap board. So now it's bringing in the actual full profile for all of these people. Now there was a few folks that actually are working at new companies now. This person originally worked at Nike or something, and now they're at Adidas or Adidas, however you say it. Some of these other folks are at new places like Steelcase. So again, it's going to go ahead and do this updated process of filling in the data. But like I said, now you've got the full data and information, including their summary, all of their experiences, their connections, their LinkedIn degree, their skills, education, everything. So you can either create a PDF of this. If you have ZapInfo linked to your Talent CRM or ATS, you can push it out there. But most importantly, let's say we just want to go back and update our sheet here. So what we can do with this data is, now that everybody's in there, I'm going to grab my Doug list here. I can just pick all from here, and I can say zap out to my clipboard. Now I could put it out to a spreadsheet, but then I'd have to download the spreadsheet, open the spreadsheet, copy the spreadsheet, and put it into my thing. We built the clipboard as an option just to make it much faster for you. And in the future, we'll actually even have the ability for you to say push to a Google Sheet and tell it which Google Sheet, and tab to put the data in, and it will just add those rows automatically. But for now, we're just going to say export this out to my clipboard. Now you can pick which fields and columns that you want. So I've got languages. I don't care what languages people speak here, so I'm going to remove that. Ooh, I got rid of the LinkedIn URL. I actually want that. So I can hit add a field, and then go down and find the field that I want and hit add, and it'll put it at the bottom. If I wanted it in a different column, I can just move it around. But as you can see here, now I've got all the data I need: the first name, last name, work email, title, and company. So I'm just going to hit export here, and it put all of that data into my operating system clipboard. So now I can go from a list like this, come over to my new sheet, and basically just hit paste, and voila, it's now put that data into my system. Now, what's great about this is, again, we've gone from this, which is an interesting list, to this, which is now a fully actionable list, right? I could actually email everybody, visit their LinkedIn URL, say, hey, what's up, what's going on, all that. I can also engage with everybody. So I can come back in here and say, hey, grab my Doug list, and now I want to do automated outbound engagement to these people. So if I wanted to do LinkedIn connection requests to them, I could say, hey, I want to do a social connect, and then to their LinkedIn profiles, and it will actually automatically now start this process of going to every person's profile, opening up that connect dialog, placing that personalized connection into that box, and then I just hit send, and boom, I'm done with that, and I go to the next one, right? So it's a really powerful way for you to do that kind of automated social engagement. But again, if you're just wanting to work from the spreadsheet now and say, hey, I want to go ahead and put that data in here. Now remember, we just did Aaron as a thing here, and if you're kind of using your spreadsheet as a CRM, you could say, hey, what was my most recent note? And because when we're doing the outbound engagement, we also put those outbound engagements into your operating system clipboard. So you could actually come in and update some of this stuff inside of all of your people's profiles here. But the other thing I'm going to do now is, let's say I want to keep adding to this spreadsheet. So I ran another batch. Let's just imagine I ran another batch. So here's my Doug list, and I'm going to hit all, and I'm going to hit zap out into my clipboard, and this will keep your formula of your export forever, so you don't have to keep recreating it all the time. And now I can hit export again, and then I can just come back to my spreadsheet and say, if I knew how to hit my keyboard, paste. And now it'll paste that next set in for me. And I could keep doing that with my different batches over and over and over again, and it will just keep updating the data. So what's great about that is it works here. It can work on Smartsheets. It can work on Airtable. It can work on pretty much any other application where you've got this kind of data. And what's cool is if you want to automatically add these people to a MailChimp list or to your CRM, and it can pull from a Google Sheet, you can set up Zapier little plugins to say, hey, watch this spreadsheet, and if new rows come in, automatically insert these people into my database, my CRM, my mail list. There's a lot of powerful things that you can do here once you understand how to use the basic process of using the Zapboard to update, enrich, export, and then put this data where you want it. So hopefully you'll be able to find this very easy to use and something that can help you to build your sheet strategies and accelerate how you do your lead generation or recruiting using ZapInfo.